Hey everybody, so this is going to be a video of setting up Streamlabs OBS for just a basic setup, get you up and going. I've had a few different people that I've helped in the past get it going, and I've had a couple people recently ask me again how they can set it up. I decided I'd just do a really quick video. It's going to be more of a basic guide. Anyway, we launched Streamlabs OBS. I have cleared out my account, that way I'm starting from fresh. You're going to choose between Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. There is a couple other options. I don't really know them. I've never used them or anything. Anyway, I'm a YouTuber, so I'm going to click my YouTube. It's going to go in. You're going to choose your channel or your login. You're going to log into it, get in there. At that point, it's going to now connect it to your YouTube. You're going to be ready to stream from it. I'm not going to do the import. Once I'm logged in, my stuff's going to be there anyway, so we're going to go ahead and start fresh. First thing, you're going to see your webcam. Choose the one that you're going to use. As for mic, I don't choose default. I choose the device I'm going to use. And then to continue, here you could add a theme that's already in here. So you can see that they have like the BRB, all that stuff there. You can choose any of those. I'm going to skip it. I'm not going to use it. And then here you can have a chance to go Prime. Prime starts at like 12 bucks a month. It's not something that I pay for. You can get a lot of extra stuff. You can also do multi-streaming and all that stuff if you're interested in it. I'm not going to do that. Right now, we're just going to go into start a scene. Since I logged in, let me delete a couple of these here. Alright, create a new scene. It's going to start a whole new one for you. Done. Of course, I already have some. I'll show you mine here in a moment. So the first thing that you need, a capture for your game. So either you're going to use display capture, you can use game capture. I don't use game capture just because I do a lot of recordings for a lot of different things besides just games. So I only use display capture for the most part. I do use game capture sometimes, but I've had some games where it just doesn't find it. Now here you're going to choose between, if you got one display, you're going to have just the one option. If you got more displays, you can choose between the two. Go ahead and choose that. Now we have our display capture. It's going to display the background. If I was to resize this, you'll see that it's showing the background on the same display here. I'm going to go ahead and bring this full screen. One other thing before I forget that I like to do before I start anything is go into the settings and take a look and make sure you're logged in, you're good there. Go to your output. So here, you're going to want to change this a little bit. 2500 is a pretty low bit rate. Some of this is going to depend on your connections and all that stuff. The encoder, I go with software. If you have a dedicated streaming computer that is pretty much handling all the encoding and everything, you go ahead and go hardware. I've found that software works better for me. I get a lot of issues when I'm using the hardware for it. And then recording path, you want to go there, change whatever you want it to record to, where it wants to go. Recording quality, you can choose whatever you want there. Format, usually this has a default MKV. I would suggest changing it to MP4. I learned the hard way that YouTube does not like MKV, so I had to find a way to convert them and all that stuff, which I actually made a video. You can see that up in the corner. You can click on that. It's a video of how you can change your MKV to MP4, super easy and free. So go ahead and make sure you do that MP4. And then you don't really have to mess with any of this other stuff right now. This is stuff that you can mess with later. You can do your hotkeys for like starting your streaming, recording, all that stuff. I have them, but I don't really use them a lot of times. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can do in there. I'm going to leave it there. So we have our display capture. Now, if you're going to be showing yourself on a webcam, you're going to want to now do a video capture device. Add the source. It's going to choose your camera. And unless you're going to use the mic that's on there, I would recommend you in custom audio quality and choosing your microphone. So we got that set up. So we got the video capture, we got the display capture. At this point, you could already stream if you want. You could also resize your webcam if you want it really small in the corner, or maybe you want it really large. Maybe you're going to introduce yourself full video or whatever you want to do. But that's pretty self-explanatory there. Now, everything else is kind of like extras. You don't really need much more, but I would recommend at least getting a couple of these different things for it. Like if you're going to be live streaming, throw in an alert box, add that there, and this is going to be for like your donations, your Patreons, if you get subscribers, super chats if people are donating, all that stuff. And it's gonna, well, we'll go ahead and add it, and then I'll show you. It will pop up a notification. I like to resize it. I don't want it huge on my screen, especially if I'm in the middle of a game. People don't really want to see that huge alert. And then you can always just do a test alert. I'll just click on it, and it'll pop up, whoever donated whatever amount, and you got your alerts. And now everybody can see that. Sometimes that kicks other people into doing it too. You could do subscription goals. You could put it in there if you want to gain 100 subscribers that day or whatever it might be. You can click on that. You could do little mini games in there. You could do your chat box. The chat box for the live streaming is going to put your live chat in there in the video. There's a lot of choices. You could do images if you want to show an image on your screen. And then you can just use the little eye to turn it off and on. Same thing with media sources. If you want to show like a video, you can also do window capture instead of like the display capture. It's all up to you. There's a lot of choices there. I'm not going to go into too many details there because this is going to just a basic setup. Right now, right here, we can already stream. Now, I would recommend adding some filters to your mic. You'll go in there, you can add your gain, all that stuff. But what I would recommend is getting like the noise suppression, the limiter, noise gate, all that, everything. It's going to help with background noises. Highly recommended. I would say Google, YouTube for some of the options. There's a lot of guides out there. I'm not going to go into details with that either. At this point though, we can, like I said, we can already go live. So at this point, you could either click record, you can start recording your screen, your video, whatever you're doing, or you can click go live, and you're going to see what you're connected to. You could also choose to add a destination, which is Prime, and if you were to click on that, you're going to see it starts out at $12 a month. So it's up to you if you want to spend money on that. Let's go ahead and bring this back up here. And what that Prime will do, it will let you to do like multi-stream and have like extra free overlays, all those different things. And the multi-stream will allow you to do streaming to like YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff all at the same time. I haven't paid for it. I've thought about it. I just haven't really jumped ship quite yet. Anyway, you'll put in your title, you can do your description. I would recommend doing all of that ahead of time. You can resize this to make it a little easier to see everything. What I also do is I usually have everything typed out in a notepad, like all my tags, all that stuff. I have it all ready so I can copy paste and all that. And then you'll just hit confirm, go live. It's going to connect. It's going to open up your little chat bar where you can see people chatting. I also open up the stream itself on another browser on my other screen just so I can watch the chat a little easier. To me, it's a little easier to see a little more real-time chatting. And but yeah, that's all you need. And then I'll show you what I have. So you can also, if you want some overlays that are already pre-built, all that stuff, or that you could just kind of edit, I would highly recommend Streamlabs. Super easy. You kind of get your foot in the door, setting up overlays, getting used to it. You can tweak around with it. You can create your own once you figure out how it works and everything. It's a really cool setup. Check that out, streamelements.com. And I have a couple different of the overlays from them that I've just edited some. We got our starting screens. It may take a moment to kind of refresh and show up for you. But from there you can put in like all your social medias at the top. I do have a timer that sometimes I'll place here, like if I'm going to start in like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever, I'll put the little timer. People can tune in, they can see that I'm getting ready, that it's almost time. If you need to go away for a moment, you got your be right backs, your lives. Now I have a live and I have a live record. I should just name it record, but whatever. I just kind of duplicated it and then just put record at the end. And you can have like the borders around your webcam. You can have where it could show like your recent sponsors, your subscribers, donations, all that stuff. People do like to see that. Sometimes that also will help you with some revenue. If people see people donating, sometimes other people will jump on board as well. They kind of want to have their name listed up there, or top of the chat, whatever it might be. But you can see that mine is fairly simple. I know sometimes I do swap things out, or I add extra things like an image or a media source, or if I'm going to show like part of a video or whatever it might be. And but other than that, I don't really need it. I have the chat box, I have my webcam, game capture, display capture. That's all I need. And then I have my filters and all that stuff for like the mic. And you can turn them on and off. So let's say I want to get rid of all that overlay. I can click it, the little eye there. It's all gone. That's all you got to do. You want it coming back, it's coming back. Same thing with like a chat box, or maybe you want to hide your webcam. You can click that little eye. It's now gone. So you can turn it off and on as you're streaming, recording, whatever it might be. I know a lot of this is self-explanatory, but I figured I'd just go over it a little bit. Anyway, that's all you need. If anybody wants further details for a specific area of Streamlabs or YouTube or whatever it might be, you can hit me up in a comment and I'll see if I can make that video for you. Anyway, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment below, and thank you for stopping by.